Come, Nerevar, come. We once again return to the province of the mongrel dogs of the Empire, which you know as Cyrodiil. We shall go over the small towns of Cyrodiil. Compared to the towns of Skyrim, the small town folk of the Imperial province is home to the craziest Enwas in all of Tamriel. Arguably, they are even more extreme than the ones in Anvil, which says a lot. Let us start with the town of Ailswell, where most of the residents have become invisible due to a curse put on them by a wizard named Noctar. You defeat the wizard, save the town, and now you are the hero. Nothing too special. However, I believe that the most logical course of action would be to keep the town intact and eventually convert it into a sixth house cult center rather than destroy it. Hey, Ailswell, that ends well. The town of Blankenmarch is located north of Leyawiin and is a reminder of why skooma is worse than the blight and corpus I brought upon the people of Morrowind. These Enwas have not maintained their households for so long that their wives left during the First Era, leaving a community of single men. Bleaker's Way? More like Tweaker's Way. It's a small town between the Imperial City and Bruma. They have one Dunmer family, the Davilus, which I appreciate, but also don't, because why would they live in Cyrodiil? The other family is the Ulfgars. You have to light up the old rivalry between the Dunmer and the Nords at the behest of Mephala. In any case, it is a fun little quest that you do in this town, which eventually ends up in its destruction. Are you sensing the theme here, Nerevar? Ah, Borderwatch, otherwise known as Farm Tool Town, occupied by Khajiits. It is also stuck between Leyawiin and Bravil, the two worst cities in Cyrodiil, and between Elsewhere and Blackmarsh farm tool countries. This town is straight out of Dunmer's nightmares, Nerevar. Once again, I have to give it to Sheogorath. He really drove the town mad by making it rain dogs on cats. Good riddance. This town should not exist. Brindle Home is just a boring village that has nothing to offer but the location of some Enwa NPC related to Molag Bal. Otherwise, you can totally eradicate it from the face of Tamriel. Do it, Nerevar. We don't need this wretched place. Hackdirt is a village between Skingrad and Chorrol and is full of Lovecraftian culty folk that put my sixth house minions by how ugly and scary they are to shame. Seriously, Nerevar, have you seen these Enwas? You go to this village to rescue a farm tool's daughter and end up finding more than you bargained for. Half of the village is burned down and everyone is acting strange. Also, this whole Deep One's business does not honor the sixth house and the tribe unmourned. Seriously, Nerevar, when these fish-eyed, deformed, shirtless men started popping out of the underground caverns, really outdid that ash zombie jump scare I gave you, Nerevar. Harlun's Watch is also a boring place south of Cheydinhal. Strange disappearances plague it. You go to a cave, fight some trolls, and the mission is solved. Fighter Guild missions are boring, Nerevar. Pell's Gate is a small village south of the Imperial City connected to Clavicus Vial and the quest to defeat Umbra. You use it to ask people around to find Umbra. Surprisingly, during the events of the Infernal City Umbriel crisis, the main characters find themselves there. Otherwise, nothing notable. Your regular Enwa town. Water's Edge is a town that is inhabited by goblins and you have to eradicate them. Do it now, Nerevar. Don't ask any questions. Oh, you did it? All the goblins are gone? Ah, well, it's time for me to reveal to you that they were not goblins and that it was the farm tool sap, otherwise known as hist sap. What a grand and intoxicating innocence. You fell for that one, didn't you? Don't be sad, Nerevar. They were just a bunch of inconsequential Enwas. Oh, right, this town also appears in the Infernal City where Prince Atribus was supposed to catch Umbriel but ends almost Uriel Septimet as a result. Weye is a village you come across just because you cross the bridge to the Imperial City. It is known for its wine and a couple of cumbersome fetch quests, and that's about it. There's nothing special about it, except that it's a Weye in and a Weye out of the Imperial City. Get it. Nerevar. What do you mean you don't like my puns? I am a god. You can't outpun a god. I will go over the Shivering Isles towns in a separate chapter, Nerevar. For now, I shall use the tools of Kagrenak and the heart to craft more puns.